Disrespect is a common challenge we all face in life and can be very upsetting and frustrating. But what if we could learn from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism that teaches us how to handle difficult situations with wisdom and grace? In this video, we will explore 10 practical pastoral principles that can help us deal with disrespect in a better way. As usual, I challenge you to be strong and stay with me until the end of the video. Let's get started. Keep your peace. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is that it is not the things that happen to us that disturb us, but the way we think about the things that happen to us. As Epictetus said, people are not disturbed by things, but by the way they look at them. This means that disrespect is not inherently harmful or offensive, it is our interpretation and judgment of what happens to us that makes us vulnerable or angry. When someone puts you down, remember that their behavior is a result of their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions, not a reflection of your true value or worth. This can help you keep your peace and keep your emotional state from being disrespected. Think about yourself. Another important aspect of Stoicism is the practice of self-reflection and self-study. The Stoics believed that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives and that we should always strive to improve ourselves and our actions. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. When faced with disrespect, it is important to reflect on yourself and ask yourself questions such as, is there any truth in what the person said or did? Did I say or do something that caused this situation? How can I respond in a way that is consistent with my values and virtues? By thinking about yourself and the situation objectively, you can better understand the event and your role in it. Self-reflection is a cattle's way of ensuring that your responses are based on rational judgment rather than impulsive reactions. This helps you learn from the situation and promotes personal growth and wisdom. Learn to pause. Seneca once said, whenever you are angry, be sure that it is not only a momentary evil, but that you have increased the habit. Stoics believe in the importance of self-control and rationality. They argued that impulsive reactions fueled by strong emotions such as anger or frustration often lead to bad decisions and unnecessary suffering. When faced with disrespect, a Stoic approach encourages you to avoid impulsive reactions. Instead, give yourself a moment to pause and collect your thoughts. This moment allows you to regain control of your emotions and gives you the opportunity to respond in a more measured and thoughtful way. Resisting the impulse to react immediately allows you to better align your response with the cattle principles of wisdom and self-control. This approach often leads to more constructive and less emotionally charged interactions when dealing with disrespect. Stopping is a key livestock strategy for maintaining self-confidence and making rational decisions when faced with disrespect, which ultimately leads to more positive outcomes and personal growth. Have empathy. Epictetus and other influential cattle philosophers say, do not look for good in external things, look for it in yourself. Stoics believe in the interconnectedness of people and that understanding the motivations and emotions of others can lead to better interactions and personal growth. When someone shows you disrespect, Stoicism suggests practicing empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand their perspective. Empathy can help you see a situation from a different angle and realize that a person's disrespect may not be personal or intentional, but may be caused by their own insecurities, fears, or ignorance. Empathy can also help you feel compassion for a person and reduce negative feelings towards them. By empathizing with the person who is belittling you, you can avoid taking their words or actions personally and respond in a more kind and respectful way. Empathy helps you understand a person's perspective, feelings, and motivations, so instead of becoming angry or defensive, you can respond with kindness and respect. In this way, you can avoid escalating the conflict and preserve your dignity. Empathy also reflects the animal principles of wisdom, compassion, and self-improvement. It allows you to deal with disrespect in a positive and constructive way. Concentrate on virtue. One of the main ideas of Stoicism is the development of virtues such as wisdom and courage. These are the qualities that help us live well and act correctly, as the famous Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "Virtue is nothing but proper reason." This means that being virtuous is the same as being rational and in harmony with the natural order of things. Stoics believe that virtue is the greatest good in life and that everything else is unimportant. When faced with disrespect from others, Stoicism teaches us to focus on virtue in our response. This does not mean that we should ignore or tolerate disrespect, but that we should respond in a way that reflects our stock values and principles. By focusing on virtue, we can avoid the influence of our emotions, preserve our dignity and integrity, and grow as a person. Stoicism challenges us to be the best version of ourselves even in difficult situations. Acceptance, laughter, boundaries, and forgiveness. Stoicism as a guide to handling disrespect. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy whose teachings continue to spread today, offers us valuable lessons about dealing with disrespect in difficult situations. In this article, we will explore the key concepts of Stoicism, focusing specifically on four important aspects: acceptance, the use of humor, setting boundaries, and forgiveness. 1. Acceptance, the wisdom in accepting the things we cannot control. One of the main lessons of Stoicism is the acceptance of things beyond our control, such as disrespecting others. Epictetus said that a wise man is one who does not regret what he does not have, but rejoices in what he has. This means we should be grateful for what we have and not worry about what we lack. Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what is under our control and what is not, which is called the Stoic dichotomy of control. We can only control our own thoughts, feelings and actions, but not external events or the behavior of others. Therefore, when we face disrespect, we should not let it affect our inner peace. Instead, we should accept it as a part of life and focus on what we can do to improve ourselves and our situation. By accepting disrespect with Stoicism, we can avoid unnecessary anger, frustration and resentment. We can also learn from the experience and grow as a person. This helps us deal with disrespect in a rational and calm way. 2. Use of humor, laughter as a Stoic tool for coping with questioning situations. Sometimes, a little laughter goes a long way. As the ancient philosopher Seneca said, "You are master of yourself when you know how to deal with what you shouldn't take seriously." Stoicism teaches us to control our emotions and act rationally, but it also recognizes the value of humor in dealing with challenging situations. Humor can help us maintain emotional balance and avoid excessive anger or irritation when someone disrespects us. Instead of letting our emotions get the better of us, we can choose to respond with a witty remark or joke. Of course, humor should not be used inappropriately or excessively, but it can be a useful Stoic technique for handling disrespect in a way that creates a positive and peaceful outcome. 3. Setting boundaries, demand respect with firmness. Stoicism is not about being permissive, it's about being unyielding. It's about being a rock that stands firm in the face of disrespect and injustice. A rock that knows its value and demands respect from others. A rock that controls what it can and lets go of what it can't. When someone disrespects you, you don't have to accept it or get wildly angry. You can be calm and decisive. You can tell them what they did wrong and how you expect them to treat you. You can set clear and reasonable boundaries that protect your dignity and self-esteem. This is what Stoicism teaches us. It teaches us to be strong, just and brave. It teaches us to respect ourselves and others. It teaches us to maintain internal control and external dignity in any situation. 4. Forgiveness, the key to inner peace and happiness. Imagine someone disrespecting you. How do you react? Do you get mad or do you let it go? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers wisdom in this regard. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not a favor to another person, but a gift to oneself. Forgiveness is the key to inner peace and happiness. However, forgiveness is not easy. This does not mean forgetting or condoning what happened. It means choosing to release the negative emotions that hurt you more than anyone else. The Stoics say we should forgive everyone, but not discriminate. We should forgive wisely, with compassion and justice. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. We cannot control other people's behavior, but we can control how we react. We can choose to forgive and let go of the burden of anger and resentment. We can choose to move forward with a sense of inner peace and tranquility. This is what Stoicism means by forgiveness. It is not a weakness, but a strength. It's not surrender, it's victory. It is not a sacrifice, but a reward. Forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-care and personal growth. In conclusion, Stoicism teaches us how to deal with disrespect in difficult situations. Acceptance, use of humor, setting boundaries and forgiveness are key aspects of this philosophy. Using these Stoic principles can help us remain calm, rational, and confident in the face of disrespect, thereby achieving inner peace and happiness. Stoicism allows us to be rocks that do not bow to disrespect, but stand firm and grow from within. Change your perspective. Perspective is the ability to see things from a wider and more objective angle. It helps you avoid overreacting or taking things personally when someone belittles you. Instead, it helps you realize that putting yourself down isn't a big deal in the grand scheme of things. As Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." By using perspective, you can see that most instances of slighting are minor and fleeting, and do not affect your true worth or happiness. You can also see that belittling often reflects someone else's ignorance, insecurity, or weakness, not your own. You can choose to ignore it, forgive it, or learn from it instead of letting it bother you. Perspective also helps you focus on what really matters in life, your goals, values, and virtues. You can use your energy and time for what is good and meaningful to you, instead of wasting it on malice or revenge. By doing so, you can live a more fulfilling and peaceful life. So, the next time you're faced with a put-down, remember to use perspective. It will help you stay calm and wise. Always remember that Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions, but about managing them well. By applying these 10 principles, you can stay calm and strong in the face of belittling and rude behavior. Please like the video to help us reach more people in search of ancient wisdom. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification to get more lessons on ancient wisdom. Thank you very much for watching and see you in our next video.